they feel guilty. So that's why he helps her a lot, and that's why he wants to make sure she succeeds, because he's like, I succeeded and I want her to succeed, which I think is actually coming from a good place. I'm not a Ryan Reynolds fan, but I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, especially with this energy. He also is using it to boost himself because he does acknowledge that people, especially Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Tarot. My name is Holly, so grateful to have you all. Let's get into this reading. I'm doing this, and I decided to do this on my own accord. Somebody did ask me to do Eva Mendes and Ryan Gosling. I will think about that. I decided to do this on my own accord because I found it very fascinating, the whole Blake Lively thing. Actually, what made me want to do this video is because I have noticed a trend, and it happens in both genders in specific ways, but I feel like when women are in insecure relationships, they tend to take it out on other women. And when I saw the video of Blake Lively kind of being mean to the reporter, the interviewer, it made me think, because I know somebody like this. She used to be in my life very closely, but we're no longer friends. But I noticed one of the reasons I stopped being friends with her is that she would take out a lot of how she feels about her partner on other women. And so it just made me think, what's going on with Blake Lively and her relationship with Ryan Reynolds? Because I feel like there is something deeper. Also, Sun and Virgos, the women, are notorious for doing this. Look at Beyonce, a lot of them, when they're angry with their men, they take it out on a woman, and they love to be like the number one. So in general, I'm not saying all, because I have a wonderful Virgo friend, one of my really good friends, such a sweetheart, and she's not like this at all. She's so supportive. I'm so grateful for her. I have such good friends. I'm very grateful for my friends. So she's not like this at all. But I have noticed a trend in a lot of Sun and Virgo women, especially that are famous, that they're not necessarily stuck, but they're in long-term relationships, and their men often drive their insecurity. So let's get into it. I'm doing Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. If you want to request a video, the easiest way for me to make it is to become a member. Check out the membership tab, click join. There are many other great perks. I have 2 different levels. Let's get into it. So let's read the charts. Blake Lively, her sun is a Virgo, moon is in Virgo, interesting, and rising is in Leo. Her Venus is in Virgo too, so she's a triple Virgo. Very interesting. I'm not surprised. Ryan Reynolds, his sun is a Scorpio, moon is in Scorpio, rising is in Virgo, and Venus is in Sagittarius. Which kind of, I don't know, I feel like, and my friend recently, one of my other friends, we've been talking about it, we've been texting, and we often text about stuff like this, and we were texting, and she said, and I was like, oh, I remember, because while I was texting, she triggered a memory of remembering when Scarlett Johansson and Ryan Reynolds got divorced. There was a lot of cheesy rumors beforehand, and let me tell you something, as somebody that has been in the Hollywood world, I have not been famous, but I've dated a lot of actors. I have dated a publicist. I know a lot of publicists. I have a lot of people in entertainment around me. Most of the time, unless it's about pregnancy, most of the time rumors start from something. It's not like 90%, it's about 70%, So I'm not saying that the cheating rumors were true, but let's get into it. He's always given me, I don't know, I never really liked Ryan Reynolds before, and I forgot I used to love that show, 2 Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. I used to watch that show every week, and I didn't realize that was him, because I saw recently a clip that he was in it, because then they changed it 2 Guys and a Girl, because they no longer were at the Pizza Place anymore. But I still love that show. I don't even know that show is Canadian, not that that matters, but it's just sometimes things can be, if you live in another country, like I did growing up, you don't realize that different accents, like people think I'm Australian a lot, or they'll think I'm from New Zealand, which I found New Zealand is kind of similar, but yeah. So in a nutshell, I didn't realize that was him, and I didn't know it was Canadian. So I pulled up the past, the present, future. I'm using the Moon Child Tarot. I love, love, love this tarot deck. Let me show it to you. Really pretty with the white, delicate something. I love to show all my tarot decks because I'm so grateful for everybody's hard work that they put into it. Okay, so enough rambling. I'm sorry. There are timestamps in the video if you don't want to hear me ramble. So 3 of Cups in the past. I see that they were friends, definitely friends. I do see that 3 of Cups is the card of friendship. But you know how you have that friend that you flirt with and you're like, oh, if we were together, things would be like this. If this were the case, you know, stuff like that, where you always know something, you always know you have feelings for one another, but nobody actually says it because you're afraid the other person might reject you, you know? So I feel like they were like, oh, if we were dating, we'd get along so well. If we were, you know, that kind of energy. I don't see any cheating in the past. I don't see it. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. But I don't see him cheating on Scarlett Johansson. I see them being very friendly. Maybe if you consider emotional cheating a thing. You know, it's funny. I was having a discussion with my friend. It was recently her birthday, so we went out for lunch. And we're talking just in general. I don't want to talk about her, but I'm going to talk about myself. And for some reason, I don't get jealous. Unless it's like if we're in the same room and I'm talking to you and you're looking, which has happened to me, it drives me crazy. And exes, I do not like exes in a picture of any situation. I feel like it's very inappropriate. But I don't get jealous, and I feel like maybe there's something wrong with me, you know. So somebody was showing a clip of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds before they were together, while he was still with Scarlett Johansson, and they were touching hands, and I was like, I don't think that's, I mean, I just don't see it as inappropriate. I feel like they're being colleagues. I have though had an ex who was famous, and he was, I don't want to give too much of it away, but he was pictured with somebody that he used to date, and that irked me because it was an ex, you know. So I don't know how you guys feel. You can feel free to write in the comment section. I do love to say, but I don't feel like people being handsy or, you know, stuff like that is anything to be upset about. I don't get upset about stuff like that. Unless it's an ex, then I'm like, because I can be quite territorial. So the present being 10 of Pentacles. See them, yes, working hard. They're working to establish a name, and I'm definitely always do readings that are non-biased. I like to see things on both sides. I feel like this energy that I pick up on is that Ryan Reynolds feels guilty that he has accomplished a lot and his wife hasn't. And I think that is like the Western, the modern Western guilt that some men feel, that because their wives had the children, they feel guilty. So that's why he helps her a lot. And that's why he wants to make sure she succeeds, because he's like, I succeeded and I want her to succeed, which I think is actually coming from a good place. I'm not a Ryan Reynolds fan, but I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, especially with this energy. He also is using it to boost himself because he does acknowledge that people, especially the modern feminists, don't really like when they see the wife at home and he is making all the money. So he does have a selfish vendetta in this, but he also does want his, not vendetta, but selfish gain. But he also wants to make sure that his wife succeeds too. You know, so some of it's coming from, what's the word? It's not coming from a place of kindness. It's coming from a selfish place, but you know, it is what it is. So, with the future being 7 of Cups, I see here them dreaming together. Let's clarify 7 of Cups. Also dreams. wanting to open their own like studio, as big as like Sony or so forth, being a partner. I see her wanting to be a partner in Sony. But I see these dreams clashing with their relationship. Oh my gosh, okay. Well, that was a surprise. So, as soon as I was shuffling, I got this like images of her like not really being at home. And it's funny because, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Blake Lively. Never really have been. I don't want to compare women, but you know, somebody was saying, oh, the people that have an issue with Blake Lively are the ones that weren't popular in high school. And I'm going to tell you, I was popular in high school. I still don't like mean girl behavior. As a former mean girl, I wouldn't say I was like a mean girl, but I used to bully the bullies, honestly. And there was a few people that I was not the nicest to, I was mean to, and I acknowledged that, and I've apologized to them about that. But that was in high school. We're talking about now, as adults, you know? So when people perpetuate that behavior as adults and they should know better, it's very disappointing. So that's why I'm not really the biggest Blake Lively fan. I think she represents, and this is one of what the YouTuber says, she represents this like, I wish I could remember which channel it was so I could shout them out, but he represents the quarterback. I didn't grow up in America, so I'd say I went to a all-girls school too, so I don't really have reference to it in another country. But in the USA, he represents the quarterback. She represents the cheerleader, head of cheerleading, you know, like that all-American, like the Regina George type, you know. Except I think she's better at hiding it. But in that interview, we definitely saw Regina George. So, excuse me, when she starts to learn about herself, because, you know, I don't think she really did know about herself. I think she's more of the kind of person where she was pushed, which often happens with a lot of these mean girls. Their lives are pushed on them. Actually, I was very good friends with the mean girl. My best friend in high school was the mean girl. So maybe I was a mean girl, I just didn't realize I was. And if I was, I apologize to anybody that I was. But we actually became friends because I put her in her place. I yelled at her in front of everybody and she was like, then we became friends. But she was very insecure about her life. She was very insecure about how I don't want to give too much away, but she's just very, very insecure. And oftentimes the insecurity makes them mean to other people, you know. And behind every mean girl, there's this sadness. And I think because Blake came from this Hollywood family, she's never really had a chance to be herself and to stand up for herself. Her life has been chosen for her. And that creates these miserable people, you know, because when we have real choices, we learn from our choices, we grow from our choices. But if everything's chosen for you, you don't really develop character and you don't really understand. I think that's why she's so tone deaf, because she's never really had to understand, in my opinion, never really had to understand real life struggle. So with the Death, Eight of Swords and Queen of Cups, all of this, like her partnering with Sony, I see her becoming like a partner, and stuff like that. She's going to start isolating herself from certain people and mature. And that will be the end of their relationship. So let's see. I kind of want to do a video on just her. This is inspiring me to do that because, you know, mean girls really, I'm not crazy about them, but they fascinate me that you can be so full of hurt. That somebody can be so full of hurt and not acknowledge that. So with the Empress, Emperor, so I see a divorce. I get 2028. So in 4 years, I see a divorce. Let's see how the divorce goes. I do see it very strongly. This divorce happening. Let's see how the divorce goes. Okay, so he's going to file. He's going to meet somebody else and he's going to file. Wow. Wow. So that's what I have for you guys. Please subscribe, like the video. If you want me to do a Blake Lively video, please let me know, just to see what her past, present and future is like. Yeah, and I love you all. Thank you so much for watching.